Asked him about that. It's just funny. I saw that on Twitter. Somebody was saying like, "This is one of the coolest things that they do," and we were talking about it, but we haven't done anything with it.
Yeah. How hard is Leicester's offense to grasp? I mean, you don't have a lot of time here, and you're not getting real reps.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun learning. I'm a guy that just loves learning, just either when it comes to football or when it comes about just anything. I mean, I ended up finishing with engineering and just learning in that whole process. I loved every second of it. But this offense is very similar to my South Dakota State offense, just a lot of the concepts. It's just learning almost a new language and just learning those new words and what they mean, but all the reads and everything is very similar, so it's been helpful.
Yeah, like the verbiage for Shanahan offense, it's like football German. It's like 15 words.
Right.
They're all pressed together. I mean, what do you have to okay, this is what we called it there, this is what it's called here, and try to do that translation at all?
No, it's not that much of a difference from my last offense as well. So like the last offensive coordinator that I had ended up going to Northwestern.
Zach?
Yeah, Zach Lujan. And his offensive plays were very similar in length and like 10 play words that you're kind of just like, what did I just say again? No, it's not too bad of a transition from that.
You give Coach Lester a hard time for not coming through with the scholarship offer at Western?
No, I haven't given him too much of a hard time at all. It's just we've talked about it a little bit, but I'm glad we're the process that I had, and it's made me who I am today.
With working on a master's, is that something you can finish by the fall, or?
I'm actually going to finish it this spring. Yeah, so I'm taking classes right now. I'm going to finish with my master's of engineering. Going to be excited to finish that, and then start a new process in the fall.
In the fall, will that be like majoring in football? I mean,
pretty much. Going to take some classes that help set myself up. Just a lot of leadership classes that really kind of just mold you as a better leader, and then playing football.
Yeah.
You guys got to use helmet comms for Okie State, right?
Yes.
One game.
Yes.
What do you remember about that? And have you got to dive into that now that you're going to get it for a whole season?
Yeah. So every day when I'm taking those mental reps back there, I just have a helmet on just so I can hear those comms, hear it every single day, because we were only able to use it for 1 week, and I thought it was very beneficial. It helped as a quarterback just to kind of know the plays before we were actually given the wristband call and everything like that. But I think it's been beneficial to relearn that process again.
You said June 1st you're kind of free to go. What is that going to look like from June 1st on for you?
Just like any other year, I guess. Yeah. Just training with the team, doing 7-on-7s with the team, and I don't really know how the process works here, if we have practices or anything like that this summer, but I'm going to kind of learn as I go.
You've been through a long-term injury before. Obviously, it's a different body part now and everything, but what did you learn from that process that you feel like is helping you now?
Yeah, during that process, it was a very different and long process, but just learning that I had to set goals for myself along the way and just setting little goals so you can have those like successes throughout the process and not let it feel like monotonous throughout the process. But then also on the field is just continuing to get those mental reps every single time you have the opportunity on the field, and also, at least during that season, I was able to listen to the offensive coordinator, learn about what he likes, learn about his thought process while he's in the game, and help me learn to be a better quarterback and understand what things might be coming in the play call sheet later on in the game when it comes to certain plays, I guess.
What does it take to be a winner at quarterback?
Biggest thing as a quarterback is just being confident. If you're confident in the huddle, you're calm in the huddle for everyone around you. You're able to be that calming influence, but also bring the confidence up around you. And then also just having that quick decision making, and that also comes with confidence. There's just knowing where you want to go with the football before you even the ball leaves your hand. Really.
Have there been any relationships you've formed since some close ones or anything?
Yeah, so I've been really getting close with tight ends, and I think it's just a thing I like. I like the tight ends at SDSU. I was close with those guys, and I've met a lot of great people in the tight end room, like Addy, Zach Wortworth, Hayden Large, but also getting close with other guys like Jennings Dunker on the offensive line and Lojo. So, those are all great people, and those are all characters in their own right, and it's been a lot of fun building those relationships with people.
What was your conversations like with Kirk, when you were able to get in the portal? I'm sure you talked to him, I'm sure, quite a bit. So how did that kind of go?
It was great, and just kind of learning a lot about him. I always see him as the face of Iowa football, and that's kind of who he is as the head coach. But I didn't really know much about him as a person, so just kind of asking about his life and where he came from, how he built up through the ranks, and it was cool to learn those things about him. but also just asked him a lot of questions about just Iowa football and the culture here. And after hearing that, it was like, this is where I want to be. This is the culture that I'm kind of coming from South Dakota State. And I mean, Iowa has had a lot of wins in the past 10 years. I think they're one of the few teams in the country that have eight wins every single season. So coming into a culture like that, it's really special.
3 more questions.
Are there any NFL quarterbacks you like watching, try to take pieces of their game, stuff like that?
Yeah, I definitely, and the other year I did a whole summer study of Matthew Stafford and really just watching his game, and he's one of the most impressive quarterbacks when it comes to moving defenders with their eyes and playing in that style of thing. But I also love Josh Allen's style and how he does it, and then just watching Aaron Rodgers. I know I grew up a Bears fan, and it always sucked playing against him, but just watching him spin it and his arm angles, it's really impressive.
Mark, in just 60, whatever it is, collegiate starts, what have you learned about yourself playing 4 years of college football as a starter?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I learned that kind of what I was saying earlier is that you got to be that calming influence in the team, but then you also got to know when it is time to bring that energy, bring that joy out of people, and really just go out there and have fun. We're playing a kid's game out here, and when you're having fun, you're confident and you play fast.
You're going to be playing in the best conference in the country, at least it was last year. Some great teams, Oregon, Penn State. Have you had a chance to even take a peek at those teams yet, or are you just concentrating on what you have, the task at hand?
Yeah, I'm really just trying to focus on the task at hand. I got a big offseason ahead of me, just trying to learn the offense, building those relationships with the guys. I've definitely taken a look at the schedule, but haven't taken a look at any of those other teams. So.